Coach Bev, and I'm coming to you from Regal Awakening Educational Coaching Services. I coach you as you coach your kids to reach their goals using the knowledge and skills that I have gained as a veteran educator and parent. Today, we are going to talk about the topic, Your Children Talk White. As a parent, this is something that I have heard from family, friends, acquaintances, anybody that thinks that they feel comfortable enough with you to make this type of comment to you. And it's offensive. It's offensive. Typically in the African American community, when people tell you that you or your kids talk white, it's kind of indicated in there. There's an indication that you are a sellout because you talk proper and you have correct grammar in your tone or whatever. I just completely and totally disagree with that. People should be allowed to speak properly without being labeled as talking white. I know proper grammar. That's what I know. Sometimes, and if you are a big reader and you like to read a lot, like when I was in 6th grade, I was a bookworm. Like the books here, it's not a prop. I've actually had bookshelves where I've read the complete bookshelves. As a result of that, my vocabulary became a little bit more enhanced. Sometimes when I'm talking to my kids, they'll say, "Mom, speak English." I am speaking English. You need to enhance your vocabulary. You need to read more books. Reading enhances your vocabulary. So if you're a person that likes to read, your vocabulary may be a little bit more extensive than people that don't. That does not mean that you're a sellout, because I can go back and forth between the King's language and my people's language just like that. It just depends on time and the place and where I am. It's a time and a place for everything. When people think that your kids talk white, it will have an effect on them. A lot of kids won't want to hang out and be friends with your kids. I was blessed when my daughter was in 3rd grade to put her in private school. But even before she went to private school, she still, the way I spoke to her and talked to her in the home, she still kind of had an extensive vocabulary. I mean, I'm her mom and I have one. So of course she was going to pick up on my verbiage. However, when she went to private school and she did wordly wise activities and grammar, things of that nature, socialization of being around people that speak and use certain types of verbiage, it rubs off. However, that does not mean that she didn't have the ability to play with and hang out with other kids, but other kids in the community would consider her as not black enough, So that was one of the results of having a child that's considered to talk white, if that's what you want to call it. But I say it's using proper grammar. It's an ignorant statement. It really is. And I mean ignorant in a literal sense. It's just, in my opinion, it's just lack of knowledge. I'm quite certain that the people who's making this type of comment really don't have any type of understanding of the effect that that statement has on you and how it makes you and your kids feel. It's actually a hurtful type statement. And it's a statement that makes an attempt to penalize one for one's ability and willingness to seek an education, in my opinion. Now, I have 3 points that I would like to give that would just give you the ability to just shrug that off and just keep it going. The first point attempt to penalize one for one's ability and willingness to seek an education, in my opinion. Now, I have 3 points that I would like to give that would just give you the ability to just shrug that off and just keep it going. The first point that I have is take it as a compliment. I think I would rather to have my child speaking proper grammar and speaking as if they, have some sense versus them being out here talking like what I'm seeing on TV now. Okay? I don't think I really need to go into depth on some of the things in our children's culture and the grammar and the way the words and things are being vocalized. And I'm not talking necessarily about the slang. I think if I had a choice between my child emulating that or emulating me, I think I would go for that part. But I did say that I have the ability to code switch. Now, I can't code switch on them. All right? Now, the second point is continue doing what you're doing. If your child is getting a proper education and you are setting your child up for their futures and you are helping them to be the best person that they can be, continue doing what you're doing, because the people that's saying that your children talk like this and they don't want to be your children's friend, they really are not going to have that much of an impact on their future. It's up to that child to determine what their outcome is going to be. So you just continue to keep guiding and leading them in the direction that they must go, raise them up, and watch the fruit of your labor take shape. It may take a minute for it to take shape, but trust me, the day will come when you will see the result of your labor. So continue doing what you're doing. And the third thing that you could do to help your child feel a little bit better when somebody makes this type of comment to them, explain to them why the person is saying that to them and make them feel as if they have been given a backhanded compliment. Explain to them that the person really doesn't know that that's a hurtful statement. Explain to them that what the person is really trying to say to them is that they are educated and they sound very intelligent and they wasn't expecting that from them when they open up their mouths. But you shocked them and you showed that you are a smart and intelligent, beautiful king/queen. And that is the way that they chose to respond to you in that moment. And, help the child see that that's actually a compliment. So, gone are the days of being upset when somebody tells us that our children talk white. We are going to just understand that we have put a lot into ensuring that our children have the proper education and that, thank God, they have some vocabulary words that will probably show up on their SAT test that they would need to take to get admitted into their college of choice, and that they are prepared. Okay? So you can find me on Instagram at Regal Awakening, Facebook at Regal Awakening. I also have a website, regalawakening.com. And of course, I'm on YouTube because you're looking at this video. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I really do appreciate your view. If you like the content, like and subscribe. And if you hit the bell, you can get a notification every time I post a video. I am Coach Bev from Regal Awakening Educational Coaching Services. Have a good day.